Hey, it's Jen, and today I'm talking about when you've really disappointed somebody. I'm Jen Anderson. I'm an empowerment life coach and for Stronger Because Coaching. And one of the things that I do is I teach people how to manage their minds when they've triggered someone else. And the trigger I'm talking about today is when someone else is feeling really, really disappointed in you. Now, this is such a tricky one because most of us have two main fears. It's a fear of missing out, and it's a fear of not being enough. And disappointing someone else is one that hits on both of those. They're kind of heavy hitters. We're worried a lot of times of missing out on someone else's affection or opportunities because we have disappointed someone, but also we are worried that that means we're not enough because we've disappointed them. And so one of the things that I do is I help as I'm helping people work through feelings of disappointing someone else is we get really clear about who is in charge of what and start from there. Now, each of us can control some things like completely. Our thoughts, our feelings, our actions, and our results. And something that we cannot control is someone else's thoughts, feelings, actions, and results. So if you'll remember, I use Brooke Castillo's model in my coaching, and it starts with there's a circumstance that is completely neutral until we have a thought about it. Then we'll have a feeling according to that thought. Then we'll act according to that feeling, and our results are resulting from our actions. Now, something that I need to point out here is that when someone else is feeling disappointed in us, that's an emotion. That is something we cannot control for someone else. If someone else is disappointed, it's because of their thoughts about something that we did. And we can't control that either. We can't control someone else's thoughts, feelings, and actions, right? But we feel sad sometimes when someone has expressed that they're disappointed in us. And that usually if we care, if someone else is disappointed in us, it's often someone's opinion that we really value, someone that's special to us. And so it just kind of adds that extra element of mind work that's beyond just the normal someone doesn't approve of what we're doing, right? Okay, so here's what we do. We start getting really clear about how we can manage our own thoughts, feelings, and actions, and then allow the rest to be someone else's. Now, sometimes this triggers something in us, especially sometimes we're parents and we want our kids to know that we're proud of them. And we also don't want them to disappoint us. And often as kids, we don't want to disappoint our parents and, other authority figures. And so sometimes this triggers us just a little bit like, what do you mean? I really should feel disappointed if my kids don't do something, or I should feel disappointed in this. It kind of gets tied into sometimes some morality issues, like some morality and so it's really important to watch our thoughts about who's responsible for whose stuff and why we believe that, because those thoughts are going to be really key in trying to kind of unravel that ball of string. But ground zero, where you start, is your thoughts so that you can feel okay about your own behavior or not okay with your own behavior. As parents, really, if we think about it, our ultimate goal is for kids to be able to learn how to do the right thing because it's the right thing, not because someone else is telling them it's the right thing. And we're actually included in that scenario. If kids are constantly just doing things to make us proud and to make us not feel disappointed, they're kind of missing the boat if they're doing that later on in years. And so the goal is kind of to get them past doing things to please other people and to keep from disappointing other people, right? And to start doing things because they genuinely feel good about it. So I would want to know, are you disappointed in how you showed up. That's going to be the main thing. If you are, what can you do about it? How can you show up differently? What kinds of things can you think differently, feel differently, do differently in order to show up better the next time? And not make it mean about something is wrong with you in order to improve, but to say, hey, here's what was going on in my mind. Would I like to show up differently next time, and what can I do to make that happen? The other thing is, if you're not disappointed in yourself, allowing someone else to take control of their own thoughts, feelings, and actions. It's the ability of being able to say, you know what, I'm going to let you handle your disappointment. And ultimately, that's really the only person who can control their disappointment, is the person who's disappointed, right? Okay, so some thoughts about this. If we are parents wanting our kids to be able to start doing things to be really proud of what they're doing, a lot of times we're out there offering, I'm so proud of you, or I'm very disappointed in you. How about we start offering, what if we were to offer this? How do you feel about that? And if we're not proud of how they're showing up, if we are disappointed in how they're showing up, are we taking some sort of responsibility for their actions? This is what we call getting up in someone else's model. Are we trying to manage and control someone else's thoughts, feelings, or actions so that we can feel proud or we can not feel disappointed? If that's the case, we're giving responsibility for our stuff to someone else, and we need to take that back. So on the receiving end of disappointing someone, this is the ability to hand it back and say, I'm going to let you handle that, and I know you can do it. That's yours. You've got this. And continue trying to show up the way we really, really feel good about. Okay? Because that's who we can be the best at being, is us. So be the best that you can be. If you're disappointed in someone and having trouble managing that, hey, I can help you out. If you've disappointed someone and you're having trouble managing that, I can help you out. Okay, good luck.